Hello and welcome back to the barn. Now, first off, thank you so much for everybody liking and subscribing. And for everybody just watching what we do. Our watch hours have gone up loads over the last couple of weeks. So thank you everybody for watching. I'm glad you're liking what we do. Make sure you follow us on Instagram though, because all of our stuff goes up on there first. Now, last week we showed Rich's lovely E30. It gave me an idea for this week. Now, I have got a few cars, so I'm going to break this down to three parts. Going to be my daily, going to be my 108, going to be my E28. And we're going to start with my CL55. Now these things are so undervalued at the moment. I'm big on cars that don't have to be expensive to be cool, right? This thing, it took me a little while to find because I wanted a black on black car. For me, spec is everything with old Mercs. This had to be black on black. I couldn't have one not. And I wanted a 55, I didn't want a 500, even though there isn't a huge amount in them. A stock 500 is about 300 brake. This one is about 370, 380, something like that. It had to be an AMG because I wanted one of these for a long time. Obviously, running costs is a big thing because, it's doing 70 miles to the gallon. But I don't mind. I don't mind. I use this daily. It is my car of choice, especially in the winter months. It is beautiful to drive. My kids live 60 miles away from me, so I got a school run 3 times a week. That's quite a big round trip. This does that with ease. And it does it with comfort, because you've got to remember that this was flagship Mercedes. So I think this would have been £120,000 new. I think there's a receipt in here for something close. These were mega money cars, and we're going to go into today why they were and why I love it so much. So let's start. First things first, how good does this thing look? This is a 2002, so this is a pre-facelift car, and you can always tell a pre-facelift by the lights. Normally the facelift ones come with 2 little things in here, 2 little strips. Really advanced for its time. These were LED. It has electric everything. Of course, these, which I had them freshly refurbed by the wheel specialist, they're 19s. This is a stock car. Nothing's been done to this. This is as it would have come from factory. And it looks so fucking good. I fall in love with it every time I look at it. It comes with the AMG kit. So you've got this it's really difficult to show it in black because do you see that little bump there? And obviously bump in the back. Twin pipes. And of course, 54. Now, comes with the side skirts, and it is incredible. It's incredible to look at, especially in black, and I love it. Looks gangster, but I wasn't going to go down the road of Bradford, Birmingham by tinting the windows and painting the wheels black. I wanted to keep it stock because dailies, you can't get carried away with them, do loads of shit to them, and then all of a sudden then they become unusable. I didn't want this. Also wanted to take my kids in it. They go to football, and you gotta go over speed bumps and into fields. This is perfect for that. And although it looks quite low, unbelievably, the ABC actually works, which is a big positive for me. Now, I know that people, or if you're looking at this wanting to buy one, the ABC is a kind of a scary thing. Now, if you don't know what ABC is, it runs on hydraulic fluid, which are the shocks. It's not on air like the older Mercs, most of this era was. It's quite a complicated system, and the power steering pump powers it all. Right? Now, I'd done my research before buying one, and I was completely aware that you can buy a set of coilovers from BC, which replaces it all, but then you'd have to change the pump to a stock, I think it's an E500 pump or something like that, which would solve the issue of the ABC issue. So I could then enjoy it without having to worry about it. But because it works, and it works really well, I wasn't too concerned. And obviously, I modify cars for a living, so this wouldn't be a massive problem to me. That's the reason I bought it. The 55, I went for the non-supercharged one because obviously I didn't want supercharged problems. Also, supercharged ones are even worse on juice, do you know what I mean? And they have loads of little issues because obviously they're blown engines. But this 5.5 They're bulletproof, they're rock solid. It comes with the 5-speed auto, which is a I'm gonna get this right, 722.6 box. So really, really important. I wanted to keep it like semi-reliable whilst being able to use it every day. They come with loads of extras, loads of options, and I'm gonna run you through that right now. Okay, so first things first, which is one of the coolest things. Watch this, right. How cool is that? It's got soft closure, everything, right? Also, this is pillarless. One of the best things about this car, right? Completely pillarless windows. And it gives it, like, I can't wait for the summertime this, because it gives it that, like, obviously it's not a convertible, so like, you will never have that feel, but it feels so open and airy inside once you got those windows down. It's beautiful, like absolutely beautiful. Big positive. And then we go inside now. Turn this off while we're talking about it. And it's absolutely gorgeous. Now, walnut everywhere, and this like massive piece of walnut in the center console. There's no hard plastics anywhere in this car. It's all soft leather, like everywhere. It feels really high end, like it's all double stitched, and the dash is like all soft. It is absolutely beautiful. The black interior was a must for me. I had to have it because it just looks incredible. Now, the options on this car, it has everything, like everything ticked. It's got heated and cooled seats. Heated and cooled seats, so like cool electric seats. It's got massage seats, which are very, very cool. The seats are the most comfortable thing I have ever sat in my entire life. I mean, this car, you gotta remember, it was built to do 155 mile an hour all day. So when I drive it at 70 and a little bit, it's super comfy, double glazed windows. You see that? The ceiling in this car, like, I don't know how they seal the windows in it. You just don't hear no road noise. You don't hear no road noise and no wind noise, nothing. It's incredible. And then you get down to the little bits of things, like the door hinges. These things are so over-engineered, right? But the doors, because they're so big, massive door. The door hinges, I don't know how to show you this. See, now I'm gonna close them and see how it's like double hinged. So the idea of that is that when you're opening the door, sort of like if you sat in, and you go to open the door, obviously it kind of like pushes it outwards that way. So you got a bit more space to get out because the door is so big, which is amazing. Even this is electric. Let me turn this on, let me show you, because this is very cool. So obviously I set my memory seat off, and the steering wheel is electric too, which it pops up and down. Oh, look at that. And it pops up and down when you get in and out of the car. It's unbelievable. But the coolest thing is this is electric. Okay, so if I go to press number 2, look at that. I go back to number 1, which is my setting. It literally goes back to my setting where I set it. It is unbelievable. Also, the rear view mirror. So obviously you put it into reverse and it drops down, okay? Which everybody's like, yeah, that's nothing special. That's absolutely normal. And you're right. That is normal. But when you are on a hill, say if the car is like on a downward hill, and you put it into reverse, it'll adjust as it goes up onto the flat. They thought of everything. Like, it is ridiculous. Obviously, all this comes at a massive price, and if you're looking at me just going, yeah, that's cool and all, but that means there's so much more to break. No, I don't look at it like that, because these cars, if you look up the prices on them, they're so reasonable. I paid sub $5,000 for this car. Granted, it needed a few bits and pieces and it didn't have an MOT. And I am a car dealer, so I get things way cheaper. But it is an incredible thing. So enough of me gushing about it. Should we take it out for a spin? Now, as I said previously on the video, this is my favorite daily. It is like everything you can imagine that 120 grand's worth of car should be when you buy it new, but it's like 22 years later because it's a 2002. And the first thing you notice, the biggest thing you notice, how quiet it is in here. Now, if you've been watching all the other videos, you probably heard how much road noise and bits and pieces there are. This thing, well, I haven't even heard it back, but I doubt you hear a load of road noise in here. It is so quiet. There's like no wind noise, it just wafts along. This V8, so much power in the mid. I think it's 370, 380 brake, but it's not really the brake horsepower, it's the torque. And this 5-speed box, so it's not changing gears all the time. It just like hushes through the gears like lovely as you would expect. And like we're cruising now at like 30 miles an hour. It's super compliant. The ABC, although it gets a little bit unsettled at times, and to be honest with you, I'm looking forward to it going on coilovers because I've heard great things. It does drive really well in them. And obviously it's comfy in here. It's like traveling along in your sofa that smells of leather and you're in your living room. That's what it feels like. It feels like I'm in my living room. The climate control is one of the best climate controls that I've ever had in any car. I don't know why, I don't know what they've done, but it's beautiful. The dash displays are beautiful and clear, and it's because of the sunroof and all the glass, and it's got like a sort of like bird cage type effect to the top of it. It feels really light and airy in here as well. I mean, I haven't had the opportunity yet to drive it with the windows down, but I have had obviously 124s and stuff, and I can only imagine this will be like that, but even better. I mean, the moon sunroof is great. I absolutely love it. It's got plenty of power. Plenty of power. This is a big car. I don't know the weight exactly. Dav will find it and ping it up here, but I'm guessing it's near a 2-ton. I wonder how close I am. I think it's going to be closer to 2-ton. But this engine doesn't make it feel like it's 2-ton. It's effortless, like pulling off the roundabout. Let me see if I can get a gap here. So we can give it a bit of the beans. Sounds so smooth, and the power is so smooth. It just like pulls from nothing. You give it a bit of shit, and she picks up and goes. As I said before, I do a lot of miles in it, and it is horrific. But I can accept that. I can accept it because of what it is and how it makes me feel. That's a really big thing. Because of all the cars that we have on here, the cars that we feature and stuff, it's how they make you feel. And this car makes me feel like a fucking G. It suits me, it suits my soul. I absolutely love it. But it's just so compliant, it's so lovely. I mean, if you're looking at this video and you're thinking, you know, I want one of these, you absolutely 100% should get one. They are incredible. And I can't see how they're going to be sub five grand cars for long. I mean, the older CLs, the 140s, if you get a decent one of those, they're up like 10, 12, 15 grand. So I can't see how this is going to remain at this money for so much longer, especially the 55s, AMGs. Anything AMG, they're not going to remain cheap for long. I mean, they're really, really not. Oh, picks up something. And do you know, like, it puts you into the seat as well. Do you like, you think, God, you know, it's not that much power. It really is. And it just pulls from nowhere. There's no replacement for displacement. There we are. That's what they're on about. Okay, we've got a gap. Right. And although it's a big car, it moves. So like, if you need to like shoot out of a fucking space, you think, oh, it's gonna be like it's not like that at all. And then put down. That never gets old. It pulls from nowhere and it never gets old. It does not hold back, and it carries on pulling like that all the way through past the speed limit. And the handling. Now, of course, she's an AMG. The ABC comes with a sport button. I keep it in sport all the time because I like things to be a little bit stiffer, but honestly, still very compliant, still rides really, really nice. And the seats are so well cushioned and so supportive. It's just a fantastic thing to be in. Oh. We'll give it a bit of shit on the way back though. And for a massive car, right, you think, oh, you wouldn't be able to enjoy it. so enjoyable driving this fast. You can drive it quickly. Not like an M3 where you can like take it to a track and go to corner and stuff. But you know, like for like, it's a GT car, isn't it? So it gets along the road really quick. Sounds fucking great. And the anchors are great, the brakes are really good in it. It's such a great car. Such a great car for such little amount of money. So there we have it. An introduction to my daily. Now, thank you very much for everybody to liking and subscribing. We are starting to get into a rhythm of this channel now, and I'm enjoying it, enjoying bringing this stuff to you, so make sure you like and subscribe. We have merch on the way, and I love it all. We got so much more to come. If you are watching this video for the first time, make sure you look back at all our other stuff. We got so much more cool stuff to come. Thank you very much for liking and subscribing. See you next week.